Hi everyone, Cited here, and today I'll be presenting some PoE leveling tips which will be useful whether you're speedrunning or just trying to go faster on a league start. The TLDW is on screen right now. Feel free to pause the video or come back to the slide later. There will be timestamps in the description down below, but let's get into our first topic, which is looking for your colors. Every build has colors that they need, and they need items to house those colors. You can see on the right hand side an example of what I mean. So in that example I was looking for a blue and blue green wand. To this end, I'm always going to look for the colors that I need when I'm in town, typically in X 1 through 3. Now these colors can change depending on your build, so you want to look ahead of time at what colors you need. Some examples though of archetypes that you might need are blue-green for casters, red-green for melee, or green-green for ranged. You can see that they all share that green socket, which is for onslaught, which gives 20% movement speed, as well as 20% attack and cast speed, which is very useful for speeding up your leveling process. Next up, you want to be able to plan your town trips. This includes what you want to buy and what you want to sell. As far as what you want to buy, you want to think about the gems you want to buy, the colors you want to house those gems in, and later on a leather belt, if you don't already have one. As far as what you want to sell, a couple tricks are you can sell an armor scrap for 2 scrolls of wisdoms, and you can sell a blacksmith's whetstone for 4 scrolls of wisdoms. You can sell unidentified magic or rare items for transmutation shards, and you can sell identified magic or rare items for alteration shards. An example on screen is after I've killed Vald Oversoul, I need an extra alteration here, so I'm going to identify these items and vendor them. I look at the gem that I want to buy, which is Wave of Conviction, and I prepare my wand for the ring craft here. Obviously, this vendoring is less than smooth, and it's not very eloquent, but it gets the job done in showing that I knew what I wanted to buy before I even got to town. Going along with this note, you want to know what the gems cost in each act. In Act 1, the gems levels 1 through 4 all cost 1 scroll of wisdom, and the gems level 8 through 12 all cost 1 transmutation. In Act 2, all the gems cost an alteration, and you'll need a couple of these in your run, in most characters. In Act 3, the curses and auras will cost an alteration, and the level 28 active gems will cost a chance orb. An additional tip is that you can use a second move only command to move while you're doing other stuff. An example of this will be on the right hand side. As you can see, I'm moving while moving my gems, and I'm moving my items around. A good note with this is that since you're able to move items around while you're moving, it makes it easier to plan out your town trips, as you can set aside the items that you want to vendor in town. An additional thing with this trick is that you can also look at the passive tree while moving around. Another tip I have is to learn from speedrunners, but don't compare yourselves to them. It gets very discouraging if you can't quite meet the mark that you set for yourself. So, instead, just take notes on what they do, copy their setup, and do a run or two on your own for fun. Remember to always try to beat your own times and not the world record, unless you're going for it. Some examples of speedrunners that I have a lot of respect for are Ty23, Havoc616, Waggle, Zizaran, Steel Mage, and many more. Lastly, I want to go over how XP penalty works. There's a lot of text on screen and a big scary graph, so I'm just going to go over the basics. Basically, if you're too high level for a zone or too low level for a zone, you'll get a penalty for it. You don't want to be level 1 in a level 70 zone because you'll get no XP, and you also don't want to be in a level 1 zone if you're level 70. There are certain zones which give better XP per hour, which are listed on screen. For the general rule of thumb, typically in the early levels you want to be about 3 levels under the zone, but it's okay in levels 1 through 16 to stay around the same level as the zone, give or take 1 or 2. At levels 16 to 31, however, you want to be about 3 to 4 levels under, and this will increase by 1 for every 16 levels you are. If you don't know what I mean, you could just look at the text on the left hand side. And lastly, I want to note that you should look to farm blood aqueducts around level 54 or 55 up until about 62 or so, or whenever you feel comfortable getting ready for maps. Thank you for checking my video. Here are the works cited, and if you liked it, then you can watch me because I'll be streaming over at twitch.tv/CitedKiller almost every single day. Bye everyone, bye!